You ever notice how the higher you climb, the more successful you get, the more insecure you sometimes feel? Like deep down, you're asking yourself, did I just trick the universe? Is this the part where someone bursts in and yells, gotcha, like it's a prank? That feeling right there, that knot that's in your stomach, that whisper that says, they're going to find out about me, that's not weakness. That's imposter syndrome. And here's what might surprise you. If you're feeling imposter syndrome, congratulations. It means you still give a damn. And that might be the most underrated flex of 2025. See, I specialize in working with high-level men, entrepreneurs, leaders, fathers, husbands, visionaries, men who want more out of their business and life and still wonder if they're enough to carry it all. And here's the paradox I often see. The more they succeed, the more insecure they feel about the success that they created for themselves. And it almost doesn't make sense at first until you realize this one important thing. The only people I've found who don't feel imposter syndrome are actual imposters, like real ones. I'm talking about people who are very high in these three specific characteristics or traits. One, people who are self-centered and selfish predominantly. Two, people who are willing to do whatever it takes, even if it means hurting you in the process in order for them to get there. And number three, people who will hurt you without even thinking twice and not even feel anything about it. Now, you might think that those characteristics are rare, but it's not. In fact, research has shown that 1 in 14 people actually score above average in all three of these traits. So yeah, that team Zoom call that you're in, there's probably one in there. But here's what this means for you. If you're a good man doing great work and you still sometimes feel like a fraud, you're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just aware. Why? Well, because while the world is rewarding you for your strengths and your accomplishments, you are hyper aware of the gaps that you still have. You still see the things where you have room to grow. And that awareness that you sense, that inner pressure that you feel, that's not a problem. That is a signal. That is a code. Let me share with you a personal story. I remember this must have been back in 2014. So I had just got married. I was asked to be on the Steve Harvey show. This was back when he was doing it in Chicago. They flew me out. I was in this nice downtown hotel and I went on the show. You can see the segment online. It's easy to find. I absolutely crushed it. Like even Steve was impressed with how I showed up. And I remember feeling like I was on top of the world. And I went to celebrate. There was a rooftop bar at the hotel. I invited some of my friends, told them to bring whoever. We're gonna party tonight. And I remember being there. Bar gave me free table service because I was on Steve Harvey. And I remember looking around, seeing my friends having a good time, seeing people that I didn't know, but they were kind of clamoring over me. And I remember just sitting back and just reflecting. I mean, man, I'm making six figures. I just got married to the girl of my dreams. Like I am riding high. My business couldn't be better. I'm being flown around the country to work with clients. Like this is amazing. And I remember leaning over and seeing the reflection on the glass table that I was in. And it was almost like that reflection was talking to me. And it said, dude, you pulled it off. Like no one found out. And then I'm thinking to myself, like, what is that? What do you mean they haven't found out? Like what's going on? And then it said, you couldn't keep this up, right? Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when this falls apart? Like, what's your next move? And here I am, like sitting in the middle of all this that's going on around me. And I'm having this inner dialogue that's questioning everything that I've done in my life, asking me if I'm capable of sustaining what I just created. Is it even real? Did I do it the right way? And I'm sitting there trying to figure this out, overwhelmed, not sure what to do. So I just like drank my sorrows away. And that right there is imposter syndrome. And when you see imposter syndrome as a negative thing, it can become this insidious experience that you want to avoid at every mark. But the problem is every time you grow, every time you reach levels of success, you're going to be faced with this notion of wondering if you're capable of reaching the next level or maintaining the level that you have. And whatever coping mechanism that you have used will become the mechanism that you keep using. That's imposter syndrome. But more than that, it's a sign that you actually care. You care about doing it right. You care about staying grounded on your journey. But most importantly, you care about becoming the person who can sustain the success that you've already built. And to me, that's not insecurity, that's integrity. So let's stop demonizing imposter syndrome like it's a virus that we need to avoid. Imposter syndrome isn't a message or proof that you don't belong. It's a clear sign that you're expanding beyond who you used to be. Imposter syndrome is not a problem to solve, it's a signal to honor. It means that you're paying attention to what's going on around you and what's going on within you. It means that you're stretching your comfort zone. It means that you're operating at levels where actual imposters refuse to go. And that messes with your head a little, like eating airport sushi. So instead of shrinking when you sense imposter syndrome and when it shows up, here's what I tell my clients: let it keep you honest, not hidden. Let it stretch you, not shrink you. And let it be your guide, not your ego. So the next time you hear the voice say something like, "Who do you think you are?" Don't run, lean in. That feeling isn't proof that you're out of your depth. It's proof that you're exactly where you need to be. Because believe it or not, imposter syndrome isn't actually the enemy. It's the alarm you need when you are playing too small. Now, I hope this was helpful. And if you're tired of wrestling with imposter syndrome in secret while you lead in public, I got something for you. I created a full training where I walk you through the exact process for helping men stop wrestling with imposter syndrome and start winning in business and life without burning everything else down. You can check out this video down below in the description or here somewhere on the screen. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next video.